He said the apartment barely has any windows. There's no windows in the house. There's no windows. I was sitting in a hotel in Bradford called Leonardo Hotel on around the 8th of June up until around the 13th of June. This company called X1, and let me show you X1, called X1 Sales and Lettings, coerced me out of £6,500 to rent a property that was unsuitable for human living. I don't know how many people they've coerced out of money, but they knew I was fleeing abuse, and so they've now coerced me out of £6,500 rent in advance. And my mother is an abuser. She's also a Nigerian witch who does lots of sacrificial things. She has a passport in my brother's name and myself's name because she wanted to have us deported to Nigeria to continue to do her African sacrifices. This is X1 building. My mum comes from no family. She has no history. She said her dad died in a motorcycle accident, and her mum was a businesswoman, which she wasn't. I think her mum was actually another witch. And my mum says she went to boarding school, and I think she lied and has been lying her whole life. This is X1 Sales and Lettings. So I spoke to a lady called Fiona Donaldson, who's now left, who took £6,500 out of me. Do you know I've been working since I was 16 years old? I've been working myself to the bone, trying to give myself independence and a life. Meanwhile, my mother hasn't given me a single penny or done anything for my college, secondary school, college education. Not one pound, not one penny. She's never even sat down with me and looked at houses. She's never sat down with me and looked at colleges or university. I've had to do everything on my own, by myself. Even when I came down from Birmingham City, I came down from Birmingham City because I was not in a condition to study the course that I was studying. I came down. I paid my own. I had to pay my own £250 out of my student money to come back down to London. This woman, let me tell you, this woman has never ever once sat down in the house at 14 Gargani Walk and said, right, let me help you guys put your lives together. I'm gonna teach Titi, Bissy and Thomas how to drive, and I'm gonna help all three of you get a house. Even when Titi was getting a mortgage, was getting a house, she didn't think, let me include Bissy. I was asking, I need to be included in the process because I need to understand what Titi's doing and how she's buying a house. She didn't sit us down and say, right, I'm going to help all three of you understand the process, what to ask for, how to speak to real estate agents, etc., etc. This woman did nothing, almost 2 decades, every Christmas, every Easter. She's done absolutely nothing. My other sister, Lola Akinola, has completely abandoned the family. She's not participated once. She's not come in and sat down and said, hey, let me help my siblings. Let me help you guys. Let me help you guys figure it out. Let me help you with your career, Bissy, because you're struggling. You don't know what career to pick. And the reason why you don't know career is because you grew up in a flat. You grew up in a flat your whole life, and you will also grow up in a house that's dysfunctional and two parents that abuse. Let me help you. Let me tell you, I work from 8 o'clock to 2 p.m. or 8 o'clock to 3 p.m. and then I finish and I go about my day. You don't need to be working at these corporate organizations, working from 8 o'clock and finishing at 8 p.m. and coming home to no life. I barely had a life. I was commuting 2 hours, 1 hour here, 3 hours, all these different jobs. When I lived in Vauxhall, the maximum commute should be 10 minutes. My mum went and chose a school called Lara Trait, which was more than an hour away from our home. So that me and Titi had absolutely no life, spending our time commuting in the rain, going back and forth from school when our school should be a walk away. I went to Wyville Primary School. The walk was around 20 minutes to half an hour. That is as most as a child should be doing, especially a child who's poor and comes from a council house. This is how this woman has had me working my whole life. I'm 35 years old and I've had nothing to show for it because of this woman. I've had to do everything on my own and at the same time carry client expectations and carry work expectations at the same time as my life is happening, as my life is happening, and she does nothing except come home and eat all day. She spends her time talking about my dad all day. They've been divorced for more than 10, almost coming up to 15 years. She talks about my dad 24/7. She wastes everybody's ear, wastes everybody's time, everybody's time about talking about my dad, talking about she's worried about how she's going to retire, how she's going to retire, wasting my time talking about retirement when you've done nothing to aid your children to even help you retire. If you've got children, the first part of your retirement is making sure that your children are independent and not living with you, that are set up alone to be independent, so that your retirement is nice and sweet. She went and started looking after her second property. One of her first properties, which she got from the council, which she lied about, and that's how she managed to acquire that property in the first place, and sold it for like 350,000 or so, and had 3 properties in London, and then she had a property in Gargani Walk, which she's planning to sell, and then she's coercing money out of my dad's family to give her money for her house in Nigeria. This is my dad. This is my mum. She's a witch. She comes and she was pretending to be a Christian the whole time, pretending to be some reformed Christian. She's not no Christian. She ain't no reformed Christian. She's just somebody who likes to who pretends because she doesn't want to get in trouble, because she doesn't want to get found out. My other sister Titi is cruel and has been and I think is autistic. She's been acting that way since I was young. She's been cruel, and I think she's autistic because she's also deranged. This girl will be spending her time worrying about Lara and all of her friends, and Debbie and all of her friends that she went for Lara Trait. Meanwhile, she hasn't even given me one pound to help me as her sister. She hasn't even helped me one bit when it comes to my own independence, my own freedom, my own education, coming to me to any appointment, any audition, any performance. Nothing, absolutely nothing. And she spends her time coming to the house, rinsing my ear with all of her problems and all of the friends that she likes to cuss. Oh, Fiona does this. Oh, Debbie does this. Oh, Sharice, she's mentally upset. She's mentally deranged. Talking about Lara, talking about Lara's business, talking about all of her other friends' business. And what is she doing? What is she doing for herself? And what has she done for me? What has she done for her family? And what she's done for her sister? This girl, I'll ask her simple things. I say this girl, you guys, because my family is not a normal family, because it sounds strange. If you actually have a family and you have sisters, speaking like this, hearing this sounds strange. I will ask her a simple thing, like, oh, can you help me do this? Can you help me solve this? Can you help me solve this coat? Can you help me do this? Can you help me do that? She'll be like, it's gonna take me so long. It's gonna take a time. It's gonna take a while. She purposely abuses me, and she's been like that since she was young, and I've had to bear it. I've had to grin and bear it my whole life for the sake of keeping quiet, not knowing that I'm abused and I need counselling, and someone else needs to be helping and aiding me in all what's going on.